Hello, Facebook payment. Let me see. Oh, I'm disappearing. Well, I don't know what that's about, but okay, we're gonna have to deal with it. That's what we're gonna have to do. Got about a minute. Got about a minute. Got about a minute. I'm telling y'all won't be here for this. I know I got the little stuff going on again with the background. Hey, what's going on, Randy? Let me go over here because I'm live on YouTube and Facebook today because this is an important topic. Two topics today. Oh, I need to turn that off. Turn that off. Take my earphone out. Let's see. We've got about, it's 7:15. Hello, everybody. I know I'm disappearing. Okay. Well, I'm the incredible disappearing man. Today woo, hey, what's up, Laura? Hey, what's up? Giving up softball. Hello, David. Hello, Tina. Tonight's subjects are going to be super, super interesting, to say the least. I had to break out the Red Bull dragon fruit. That's what I had to break out today. Because this is, woo, man, today it's going to get a little spicy up in here today. Okay? Notice I'm not wearing anything but Mr. Smiley Face right now. Okay? Make sure y'all note that. I'm only wearing Mr. Smiley Face stuff right now. All right. So tonight we're going to talk about a couple of things. And I know one of the topics has been, man, I tell you what, one of the topics has been all over social media. It's been in all the cruise groups. Hey, work was good today. Speaking of work, just real quick, when you guys come to a cruise terminal, two things. Leave your firearm at home. You can't bring a firearm, a gun. You cannot bring a gun into a cruise terminal. And two, stop putting medication in a prescription bottle that is not the medication that's supposed to be in a prescription bottle. Stop doing that. I keep telling you guys. Hello, April. Hello, Tina. Y'all really got to stop doing it. Stop doing those two things. Stop bringing guns to the terminal and stop putting medication into prescription bottles that it's not the medication that's supposed to be in a prescription bottle. For example, stop trying to bring Xanax onto a cruise ship in a prescription bottle that doesn't say Xanax. You're not going to make your cruise. All right? So we got those two out of the way. That's how my day at work went today. Hello, April. Hello, Chris. That's how my day at work went today. So, we have a kind of a controversial topic that we're going to cover first. And then after that, make sure you stay in the video because we're going to be talking about the newest fun ambassador and what him and his family are trying to do. We're going to need to bring some awareness to some things after this first topic. Okay. Hello, Melissa. Hello, Jill. I think I said hello, April. Hello, Chris. I'm trying to watch both screens. Hey, Patty. Hi, Patty. All right. So, man, we hit 20 viewers. Bam, like that. So let's get to it, shall we? There is a post going around social media, and it's going around a lot of the cruise groups. I don't know if you read it. Some of y'all may have read it. Some of y'all haven't. I know some of y'all have. and it is igniting a major panic mode in people that go on cruises. And I want to address that tonight. Okay. Um, so we're going to add this to the stage, and we're going to go full screen so that way you can kind of read it. I don't know if you're going to be able to read it, but there's a lady who uh, went on a cruise with her family, her husband, and her children. And apparently, in Costa Maya, I don't know what cruise ship she was on, but apparently in Costa Maya, her and her family, and this is all allegedly, okay? She made a post about this. They decided to go to a beach access to let the kids snorkel. They rented a taxi. Rented a taxi. They rented a taxi. Once they got there, apparently they started to get some unsettling vibes of men just seating and watching us, and decided we wanted to go back to the ship. Now, I'm reading this directly from her post that was flying around social media. Hello, Jerry Lynn. Hello, Denise. She goes on to say, when she got to wherever they were getting, they weren't feeling very, they were feeling a little nervous. So they went out to get another taxi like before. But this time, apparently, when they got into, the husband got into the front passenger seat, the wife and the kids got into the back seat, and the driver locks all the doors. Okay. Before I start making any points, we're going to read through this post. I didn't screenshot the whole post. Maybe somebody who has can share it in the comments. Hello, Maria. Hello, Susan. Hello, Laura, Sharon, Pamela. Once they got in the second taxi, because they were leaving, right? They're leaving. Once they got into the second taxi, they didn't even, I guess apparently they didn't even stay at the beach that they were supposed to go to and do the snorkeling and stuff. Apparently, it made them nervous because as soon as they got in, the driver locked all the doors, takes his phone out, and starts taking photos of the wife and the kids without them even noticing what the driver was doing. And apparently, the husband, whose name is Josh, and the only reason I'm reading the names is because, and I haven't blacked out her name, is because she shared it all over social media. She made it public. As you can tell right here, she made it public, and right underneath her name. So apparently the husband, Josh, started fussing and cussing at him and asking why he was taking pictures and why the doors were locked. The driver then started flying down the road while sending our pictures to a group chat on the phone. She goes on to detail exactly what exactly happened and continued to happen. Apparently, when the driver got to, let me pull this window over here, see if I can pull it up. Apparently, when the driver got to, let's see if I can pull up her full post. I'm going to type her name in. I'm sure she's like trending. Yep, she is trending on Facebook. Okay, we're going to leave. Okay. So I'm going to go to her page, see if she still has it up. Nope, she has since taken it down. I don't know why she has taken it down, but I thought I screenshotted the whole conversation, but apparently I did not. So she goes on to say that at some point, the driver stops the taxi, and when he stopped the taxi, the doors unlocked. And when they unlocked, they all got out of the vehicle and they ran with the kids screaming and all of that. Well, apparently they made it back to the ship, and they allegedly informed Carnival. Now, I say allegedly, not because I don't believe them, but because I can't substantiate any of what she says with Carnival. And I know a lot of people on the ships, both the Dream and the Breeze. I don't know if she was on the Jubilee. I don't think the Jubilee, well, the Jubilee does go to Costa Maya. So I have yet to be able to substantiate that Carnival actually got a report of this and are investigating it. But apparently they got back to the ship and they reported the incident, and Carnival was apparently investigating the situation. So there's a lot of people that are on social media. They're on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and they're talking about this. And they're telling people are getting on these posts and these lives and videos and stuff. And they're talking about how dangerous Costa Maya is. First and foremost, I want all of you guys to hit your pause button. Okay. Hit your pause button. Because one, I'm not saying, and by no means am I saying that this social media post is inaccurate or non-factual or made up. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is a lot of times we are quick to jump into panic mode, and that's not good. First and foremost, what do they call that? Mass hysteria that's just going on around this post. I understand it. Believe me, I do. Let me be transparent and say that Costa Maya is my favorite port. Yes, it's my favorite port because I have, I go and I deal with red shirt golf carts there. I go all the way to the end of the town. I rent a golf cart and I drive myself around town, and I go all the way to the end of the town and I go hang out at Luna's, which is at the end of the town. Like literally, you can't drive the golf cart any further. So I love Costa Maya. Absolutely love Costa Maya. And to see this post and to see the mass hysteria that is surrounding this post, I had to come on and do something because a lot of my fans keep messaging me and they're like, hey, did you hear about Costa Maya? Hey, what's going on in Costa Maya? Hey, this, that. And look, I get it. Something like this strikes a nerve with everybody. And I understand it. When I first read it, I was the first second that I read through it, I was like, whoa, what happened? But then as the days go by and I settled down and I went back and I read it, of course, because I had to, because everybody was sharing this post, things started to go off in my head. And I started to ask questions inside my head. Do I believe that this story is 100% factual? I don't know. It's not that I believe it or don't believe it. But what I need to do is I need to make sure and tell all of my fans, use this platform to inform you that anytime you go out of the United States, because a lot of people that cruise have never been outside their hometown, let alone outside the country. And I want to let you guys know that anytime you travel on a cruise and you are traveling outside of the United States, first and foremost, understand one thing. You are a guest in another country, okay? 2, not all countries operate the same way the United States does. Are there more countries that are inherently more dangerous than others? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You don't believe me? Look up all the countries that Americans are not allowed to visit. Go look that up on Google. So there is a level of danger anytime you travel outside the United States. I was raised a military brat, so I traveled to several different countries. And I know that anytime you're going outside the United States, you have to do a couple of things. You have to, one, make sure that you are aware of your surroundings. I don't know if there were any indicators. Now we're operating on the basis that this story actually is indeed factual and it did happen. Anytime you travel and you travel outside of the safety net of the port area, you have to make sure that you are aware of your surroundings. Now, this is all basic traveling common sense. Make sure you're aware of your surroundings. Make sure you are traveling. Now, when you get to Costa Maya, when you get to Cozumel, there are like hundreds of taxis waiting to take you somewhere. And you need to make sure that whatever taxi you're getting into looks like all the other ones. Okay, make sure there are certain things they're all wearing the same uniform, same outfit, and usually there's a person standing there that will assign you to a taxi. You tell the person where you're going. They all work at the port. You tell that person where you're going, how many people you have, and then they call you a taxi up. I don't know what these folks did. I don't know if they went, they went outside the port area and then hailed a taxi on their own. I don't know if they had one of the port agents grab them a taxi. There wasn't, it led to a lot of questions for me. And one of the biggest things that it triggered in me was, my first question was, what taxi did you jump in? Where did you get the taxi? If you've ever been to Costa Maya, you walk down the pier, you walk through this, thing, and then there's Costa Maya, the sign, and you walk through the port area. The port area is a big circle. Okay, it's like a big horseshoe, and you have to walk all the way around the horseshoe to the other side to exit the port area. And that is where all the golf carts are. That is where the taxis and buses are. If you're on an excursion, they meet you right at the end of the pier. They're all holding up signs. And the biggest thing is when you travel in Mexico and you want to travel through a taxi or a shuttle, they're all in uniforms. And if you approach a taxi that doesn't look like the other ones, I'm not saying this happened, I'm just offering you guys some safety advice. If you approach a taxi and it's not in line with the others, it doesn't look like the others, they're not wearing the same uniform as the other taxi drivers, then I suggest that you go to a port employee, and there are tons of them, and you let them know, hey, is this taxi with you guys, or can you call me a taxi? Can you get me a taxi? I want to go here. Now, do things happen in other countries? Absolutely, they do. They happen right here in the United States. How many times do you see an alert because, a child is missing or a person is missing? These things happen all over the place. But what gets me and what upsets me is that a lot of the people that are sharing this post are making it sound like, oh my God, Costa Maya is the most dangerous place on the planet. No, it's not. Does that lessen what happened allegedly to this family? No, it doesn't. If in fact it did happen, then that's a terrible thing. And it's scary. Now I know that there's times where I've taken a taxi in Mexico, in Cozumel, because like I said, in Costa Maya, I don't take taxis. I rent a golf cart and I drive myself around the port and around the town. A lot of people have come on and they said, hey, you know what? I go to Costa Maya all the time. I don't have a problem. And then they get hammered by the people that are supporting this lady or people that know her. And I don't understand it. I mean, that's like when people say, oh, I had a horrible cruise. Okay, well, that's your opinion. Wonderful. I'm sorry you had that horrible experience on the cruise ship. We shouldn't start vilifying people that maybe aren't 100% sold on something. Okay. Just because people disagree with us and what we say and what we believe doesn't make them bad people. That makes them Americans, and that's what they're allowed to do. They're allowed to disagree and not, ride with us on what we're trying to, share with everybody else. Do I believe this post? I'm on the fence. I am really, really on the fence. Okay. Desiree, excuse me. Desiree was too busy sending us to a sketchy place on the beach that overcharged us on food. I don't know what sketchy place you're talking about, but I go to Luna's bar every single time I go to Costa Maya. I know all of the people that work there. I know the owners, and that's where I go. It's a quiet place all the way down at the end. Yes, there is a building right across the street from it. They've got swings by the bar. It's a really nice place. I actually like it because it's quiet. I've never been overcharged, but that's off topic. So what we what I wanted to say is that anytime you are in a foreign country, whether it's Jamaica while you're on a cruise, Jamaica, even the Bahamas, Key West, anytime you're traveling to somewhere different, make sure one, you're traveling in a group. Even if you're like a solo cruiser, find somebody that is going to where you're going and then travel in a group. Okay. Make sure you are accessing every port that I know of has a taxi stand where taxis that literally pay port fees to be there are lined up and ready to take tourists to wherever they're going, because that's what they do every day that a cruise ship is in port. That's what they do. They go and they line up and they take tourists to wherever they're going, excursions, all inclusives, towns, whatever. And I've spoken with taxi drivers in Cozumel because I speak Spanish, and that's what they tell me. They literally have to pay more money to rent their taxi to park at the port, to go pick up passengers at the port, than what they do when they're driving around normally, like when there's not a ship in port. So make sure that you are traveling with a group. Make sure that whatever transportation you're using, whether it's a shuttle, whether it's a van, whether it's a taxi, that you guys are trying to do some due diligence and not just running around excited because you're in another country. You have to pay attention, people. You have to pay attention. Like I said at the beginning of this, I cannot substantiate any of the claims about her reporting it to Carnival and Carnival investigating it. I don't know what ship was on. If anybody knows, please tell me. And if she was on the Dream or the Breeze, then I will talk to who I know on those ships in management, and I'll see if they got a report. If they didn't get a report, then they didn't get a report. If they got a report, then that lends credence to what she's talking about. And everybody goes, "Oh, well, oh yeah, that wasn't my place, Desiree." If you guys are going to Costa Maya and you don't want to go to Crazy Lobster, go to Luna's bar. I lost my train of thought. I don't even know what and if it lends credence to her story, if I can, substantiate that there was an investigation started or there was a report made to Carnival, then that lends credence to what she's saying happened to her. And at that point, it's still this. My reaction is still the same. Wow, that is horrible. That's a scary incident. Now let me use this to make sure that everybody else understands that there's certain things you need to do when you travel to a different country. I know people are leaving because this is a sensitive topic and I may not agree with you. That is not a reason to leave. After we talk about this, we're going to be talking about the newest fun ambassador and what awareness they're trying to raise and what's going on with him and his family. But I wanted to get this out there first because this is the controversial story of the day, of the week. You have to look out for yourselves, people. You're in another country. I think people get too comfortable being American and used to how things happen here in the United States and avenues that they have if something happens. When you go to a foreign country, those avenues disappear. They disappear. Okay. Other countries do things differently than the United States do. And when you go to a different country, the most important thing is you have to understand you don't have the same rights or protections that you do in the United States. I'm not saying that to be mean or anything. I'm just telling you fact. You don't have that when you step off that cruise ship. Anytime you step off into Mexico, everybody gets so comfortable stepping off into Cozumel or Costa Maya or Cabo San Lucas, or everybody starts wanting to throw the drug cartels into this. People are making assumptions without actual fact to back it up. There's never been a report that drug cartels, are kidnapping people or trying to kidnap people from cruise ports. Drug cartels don't want that kind of attention. So stop saying those things. This could have been just some random group of people in Costa Maya that decided to do this for whatever reason. I don't know. Were they going to hold them hostage and, have them call their families? I mean, there's a million things that could be the reason why this happened, if indeed it happened. So you have to make sure that you are well versed in the country that you're going to. I don't care what country: Mexico, Costa Rica, Belize, Honduras, Jamaica, Dominican Republic. I don't care where you're going. Wherever you go, make sure you are well versed in legitimate businesses that operate for tourists. And it's not that hard, people. All you got to do is do a little research. There's a little thing called Google, and you can search Google. You can search other cruise groups. You can ask people for recommendations, which is literally the only thing I say that you should be in cruise groups asking on Facebook. Those are the only things you should be asking. You should be asking any questions having to do with documentation or how to get on a ship or blah, blah, blah. You should only be asking for recommendations, personal experiences. Go to those places, search those places on Google, look at the reviews, go to Viator, go to legitimate sites if you're booking an outside of Carnival excursion. The biggest thing is, when you read stuff on social media, take it with a grain of salt. I'm not saying discount everything that you read. All I'm saying is take everything that you read with a grain of salt, because they're repairing the roof today. They happen to be repairing the roof of my building today from Hurricane Beryl. So yeah, I don't know. They're having a good time out there. But you have to take precautions. You have to make sure that you're aware of your surroundings. Operational security is something that's really, really big. Anytime I travel with people, my head's always on a swivel. I'm always looking around. I'm not a big guy. No worries. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. No. Thank you. Yeah. Like, what the heck? They were super loud. Did you guys hear them? I heard them. They were like, I thought they was like right by my window. They're right by my door. So anytime you go into another country, you have to prepare yourself. You have to do your research, and you have to always be aware of your surroundings. I don't care if you are taking a taxi to Paradise Beach or Mr. Sancho's. And while we're on that topic of Mr. Sancho's and Paradise Beach and going to these all-inclusives, make sure that when you go to these all-inclusives and you're going over there, and if you cruise, this is true. 90% of the people that go to these all-inclusives are going so they can get wasted. If you're going to do that, I don't have a problem with that. Go to these all-inclusives. Go drink until your heart's content. Make sure you have somebody in the group that is not going to get intoxicated. That way your group can remain safe. Okay? I really don't I don't know what to say about this post. I really, really and truly hope this did not happen to a family. because that can be traumatizing to those children and, to the mom and dad as well. If it did, man, I hope that they get some kind of help to process it. And this is a good teaching moment for everybody else that goes on cruises. Make sure that you guys are traveling in a group, you know, and if it's all women, make sure one of y'all stays sober. You know, if you're traveling in a group, you're less likely to be a target for anything. But this is standard travel advice wherever you're traveling. I don't care if you're on a cruise or if you and your family take a flight over to Italy and go hang out in Rome for the week. Travel in a group, don't travel by yourself, and always make sure that you have all of your mental faculties about you. Don't get so drunk that you don't know what's going on. Because when something like this happens, if it happened, I am glad that they had the opportunity to get away. I am glad that this did not turn out to be something that would make international news because, an American family was kidnapped in Mexico. Do the cartels operate in Mexico? Yeah, they do. Of course they do. Come on. It's Mexico. Do they operate in cruise ports? I don't know. Do they? Probably not. I haven't read any reports of drug cartels operating in cruise ports. Do they operate in Puerto Vallarta? Yeah, absolutely they do. That I do know. Do they operate in places like Cabo San Lucas and other western coasts of Mexico? Yep, they do. It's just if you choose to travel to another country, make sure that you research that country. Make sure you research, the places you want to go. When people ask me my recommendations for Costa Maya, I always tell them I rent a golf cart. I go eat breakfast at Crazy Lobster. I drive around the town, say hello to the people that I know, and then I go to Luna's bar, which is at the end of the town, because I know those people. So those are the places that I recommend. Progresso. Progresso is, people are like, oh, I'm staying on the ship. Well, then stay on the ship, because that means I'm going to get a shuttle a lot faster and I will be able to get back faster because there won't be so many people. But I love Progresso. I love Costa Maya. I love Cozumel. I love Roatan, Mahogany Bay. If you're going to go to Mahogany Bay, if you're going to Mahogany Bay, then when you get into the port and you walk down the sidewalk, and right as you're getting into the port area, on the left-hand side, there is a little booth, and they charge, I think, $39 for their excursion, and you can pay with your Sell and Sign card. You don't have to pull out money. You don't have to pull out your credit card or debit card. You show them your Sell and Sign card. They write it down. They bill your Sell and Sign card for it, because they are associated with Carnival. They work with Carnival. That is a bus tour. It takes you shopping. It takes you to a chocolate factory. It takes you to a beach. That's what I'm going to do next month when I go down there. I'm going to go to that little booth again. I'm going to talk to my people, and I'm going to get on the bus. Make sure you're not by yourself when you go to another country, okay? And please stop feeding into the mass hysteria of things before you know all the facts. That seems fair, right? Don't allow something that is shared on social media feed into your worst fears, because that's what that story is doing. That story is feeding in people's worst fears. Okay? Take a breath. If it's true, that's horrible. If it's not true, that's even more horrible. Regardless of whether it's true or not, make sure that when you travel outside the United States that you are careful. And as long as you're careful and you're not off doing what some of these video people do and going to places where they shouldn't be going. I'm not saying this family did. Stop. Don't make assumptions. Don't be the people that do that. Don't be the people that go off the beaten path and end up experiencing things they probably shouldn't be experiencing. Okay. These people obviously took a taxi to go to a beach, and it didn't go quite like they wanted it to go. So thankfully, if it's true they got away, they got back to the ship and they're safe. Okay. All right, that's 30 minutes. I'm done talking about that topic. Now I want to talk about clear cell sarcoma. Watch how many people I lose now. I'm going to show you a picture of a young man. This young man right here. This young man right here. His name is Drake. And Drake has stage 3 clear cell sarcoma. There is no treatment for this cancer. Drake is 14 years old. Drake and his family are going on the Jubilee Saturday. They're going to be on the Jubilee. The Make-A-Wish Foundation is sending Drake and his family on this cruise. Now, as you can see here, Drake is wearing Mr. Smiley Face Fun Ambassador t-shirt. He's got the lanyard on. He's got the bracelet on. I went and met with him and his mom and his little sister yesterday, and was learning a little bit about their story, about what's going on with Drake. And he was diagnosed earlier this year. And so I took him some swag that he could wear on his cruise. And what I want you guys to see is I want you guys to, where's that page? I need you to go to, where's it at? No, this one needs to go back over here. This one needs to go back there. This one needs to come over here. And the Clear Cell Sarcoma Foundation is what it's called. Okay. The Clear Cell Sarcoma Foundation. We are going to stop sharing this one, and I'm going to share another screen. What I like for you guys to do, because I know that all of my fans and friends and family, I know you guys all care. And what I want y'all to do is I want y'all to go to this Facebook page right here. Okay, I want you to go to this Facebook page. How come I can't see my arrow? What is up with that? Okay, yep, they're blowing stuff around. I can't be mad at them. They're cleaning up their mess, which is fine. But I need you guys to go to this page, Clear Cell Sarcoma Foundation. And I need you to follow this page, because what they're doing, what Drake's mom and all of their family and friends are doing, is they are trying to raise awareness for clear cell sarcoma. There is no treatment for clear cell sarcoma. None. And that's the cancer this little boy has. Do I even need to make that connection for y'all? Do I? Okay. I don't know if his mom is watching this, because I don't know if she's following me. But if she is, her name is Diane. Diane, if you're watching, I know his grandmother is probably watching because she follows me. The biggest thing we can do to help Drake, if you know anybody that is going on the Jubilee Saturday, August 24th, in 2 days, have them find Drake. Be on the lookout for him. He is probably going to be the only one wearing, the only kid wearing the No Grumpy Faces lanyard on that cruise. This little boy, when I was sitting there talking to this kid, he was still full of energy. He was excited about school. You know, he was still, you know, kind of picking at his little sister a little bit, kind of like I used to do with mine. Heather, it was actually posted on the cruise group for the Jubilee, but I will be posting something in the Jubilee group. There's actually two, I think, and I know both admins of each group, so I will be posting that later on today. But I wanted to do this in my live today because this is how I reach more people, is by doing this. But yes, I will be posting it in the. Thank you, Heather. I appreciate you sharing. Yes, it is the. Let me type the link in here. Let me see. We're gonna follow that page as well, and we're going to let's see, what does it say there? I can't see because my phone. Okay, invite friends. Can I copy a link? Put it in the. No. Oh, select all 1,000 of 1,669. I think everybody would probably be mad if I did that. So what we'll do is we will. I think if I just go over here. There's the link tree. Actually, I'm just gonna do here. I'm just gonna go to. I'm just gonna go here. We're gonna copy that. I'm gonna paste it here. Can't paste it on the Facebook comments because it won't let me. But there is the link for the Clear Cell Sarcoma Foundation page. Do me a favor, go follow the page, go like the page. If you guys can, donate to the Clear Cell Sarcoma Foundation. This is a legitimate foundation. It's a legitimate cancer foundation. And donate in Drake's name. That would be amazing and awesome. You know, very rarely do I ask you guys for any money for me or anything like that. I mean, yeah, I ask you to order stuff, but things like this touch me because this is a kid. This is a kid. He's 14 years old. And his prognosis is not good. 14-year-old kid. Hasn't even begun to start living life yet. You know, I mean, what do you like? What do you? How do you quantify that in a world where, well, they're actually leaving Saturday, Heather. I don't know if they would get there or not. Yeah, ducks are. They actually have. Where's it at? Oh, I need to show the QR code. Hold on. Oh, shit. Well, hell, I don't know what I did with the duck, but they gave me a duck. And when I find it, I'm going to share the QR code on my page. Thank you for those kind words, Stephanie. I don't know. I don't even know if I can message her. Let me see. Let me go to my messenger. Bing. Where is her name? Oh, I'm sorry. Her name is Danielle. Texting her right now. Let's see. I don't think she sees it. If not, I'll text her. I'll send her a text message. Well, for me, it's all about, ever since I got sober, it's all about service to others. And, hold on, I'm texting his mom. I wonder if I can actually share it. Let's see here. You go to Facebook. Let me share. Oh, boom. Okay, so I've sent her a message on Facebook, and let me send her a text. Let's see here. Ding, 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 ding. Can I copy? I can copy. See, I'm still learning all of this fancy stuff. Because I'm not really, I don't know all of this fancy stuff. Oh, there's the link. Let's go ahead and send her a link. Oh. Okay, so hopefully she'll hop in here real quick, and we can talk. Her name is, I guess I could share it because she's actually on Facebook, but you can't actually do anything with her profile. You can actually message her, and I don't think I can tag her in the video. Let me see if I can, because I do those kind of things. You know what I'm saying? Let's see here, bro. Go back. Let's see. That, let's see if it'll tag her. I don't know if the tag is going to show up or not, but yeah, go to that page and let me pull up the picture of Drake again. I don't even remember where the picture's at. Oh yeah, it's right there. Where you at, Drake? Where you at? This kid, let me tell you, this kid was, he was personable. He was, joking around with me, joking about his sister, because I kept, I was telling him, hey, when you get all of this attention, make sure that, you don't forget your sisters there, and your little, your siblings. Don't, be sure not to ignore them, because, you don't want them to feel bad. Where is his picture? I know I saved his picture. I don't, well, damn it. No, I don't need to log into my PayPal account. Thank you. Let's move this over here so that way I can open it up. See, I don't even know how to navigate stuff. Maybe if I go to downloads, yeah, that's not going to help either. Oh, wait, here we go. Okay. All right, there we go. So now I can share screen. Oh, I'm not going to be able to share the screen because it's not in. Bear with me, folks. Bear with me. Bear with me. Slippa's not here. I don't know where Slippa's at. I think Slippa's out working Uber. I know he's supposed to be working on shoes. Where is, let's see, let's get this back open. There it is. Is it, why won't it open? Let me see. Share screen. And that's not, yeah, see, I can't share that. Maybe I can share this. Okay, there we go. There he is. That's Drake. Look at that. Look at that kid. Look at that kid. Look at that smile. Look, he was trying not to smile because we were all joking around. And I know, right? I need my boy to be over. He's the tech guy. And he's more of a graphic designer than he is a tech guy. But hey, Lynn Donovan is watching. Lynn, if you can hear me, please send me like info that I can share with people about booking your Airbnb. Share it in the comments, Lynn, because I know that there's some people that could really use an Airbnb. So please share that in the comments, Lynn. If anybody is friends with Lynn Donovan, please send her a message and have her post her Airbnb in the comments, please. Look at this kid. This kid is like, you know, see, there you go, Lynn. Heather Lindsay needs an Airbnb for December. What we're talking about, Tim, is the first part of this live was about what's going on in Costa Maya. I'm not going to cover it again. And right now we're talking about clear cell sarcoma awareness and the newest fun ambassador. He is a official, got the stamp fun ambassador. And this is this kid right here. His name is Drake. And did my video freeze on Facebook? No, there it is. I don't know. Did it? I don't know. No, there we are. This kid here, why is it doing that? This kid right here he's got clear cell sarcoma, stage 3. Stage 3. Currently, there is no treatment for the cancer that he has. He is going on the Jubilee Saturday as part of Make-A-Wish. So Make-A-Wish is paid for him and his family to go on the Jubilee for 7 days on Saturday. And they will embark on Saturday. So if you know anybody that is cruising on the Jubilee this weekend, please let them know to find this boy and congratulate him. Yes, I already talked with Kendall. She does know. So does the guest services manager of the Jubilee. And so do all the management people at the terminal. So they all know. But I don't know if this is going to be this young man's, this is his first cruise. And I don't know if he's going to be able to take another one. So I want to make it as special as I can, which is why I took over all the gear. And I didn't take gear just for him. I took gear for his mom, his dad, his little sister, his little brother. So they're all going to be wearing Mr. Smiley Face gear when they get on the ship on Saturday. That's their embarkation outfit. I told them they didn't have to wear it, but, you know, if they were going to wear it, cool. Embarkation would be nice, so that way people recognize them. Oh, look at that. You're so nice, Heather. So if you guys know anybody that's going on the Jubilee this weekend, please let them know that this young man, this brand new fun ambassador, Drake, is going to be on the ship, and he will be wearing this No Grumpy Faces lanyard for his cruise. So look for the young man with the No Grumpy Faces lanyard on and go up, shake his hand, give him a hug, you know, tell him congratulations on being the new fun ambassador. They actually posted it in the actual cruise group, and then somebody sent it to me, which is how I found out about Drake and his family. Somebody took that post and sent it to me. Absolutely. I can actually, if you let me double check with his mother, and I will find out if she's okay with people, because you can do that. You can actually go into your cruise manager. You can actually go on to carnival.com, go to the fun shops, and you can actually send gifts to people that are on ships, as long as you know what ship and what cabin number. So I will talk to his mother. If she doesn't jump onto the video, I will talk to his mom, and I will see if she is okay with. Yes, there's 3 kids. I can tell you. The oldest is Drake. Oh, he's 15. He just turned 15. I forgot. He just turned 15. Scarlett is 9, and Gerald Jr. or JJ is 3. So let's see here. So, where's my sister when I need her? Drake is 15. Scarlett. I met Scarlett. She is so adorable. Absolutely adorable human being. Scarlett is 9, and JJ, his little brother, is 3. So there's 3 of them. There's 3 siblings, and let's see here, because I know she did send me their boarding pass, so I know what cabin they're in, but I cannot release that information without their permission. I could get in a super big amount of trouble for doing that. Hi, Letitia. We are covering, as you can see, there is a young man standing next to me in this picture. His name is Drake, and he has stage 3 clear cell sarcoma, and Make-A-Wish Foundation is sending him on the Jubilee with his family Saturday. And they're trying to raise awareness for clear cell sarcoma, which is what I'm trying to do. If you scroll up in the comments, you'll see a link that I posted for a Facebook page, and I'm asking everybody to go follow that page. And if you happen to make a donation to the Clear Cell Sarcoma Foundation, please make it in Drake's name. It doesn't have to be a big donation. It could be $10, it could be $5, $20. Laura, I know you're super rich. If you want to donate $1 million, you absolutely can. If I had $1 million, believe me, I would donate $1 million to this foundation. Unfortunately, I don't have $1 million yet. Give me a couple of years because there's some things cooking. So that's what we're talking about, Letitia. We're talking about this young man right here. We're talking about this young man right here. His name is Drake. He's got 2 siblings. Scarlett is 9. JJ is 3. And he is battling stage 3. I know somebody made a comment to me today at work. Oh, well, he doesn't even look sick. Go research clear cell sarcoma. Go Google that. And he was just diagnosed with it not too long ago. So it has not started to affect him physically, but at some point is going to, because there is no treatment for clear cell sarcoma. There's no treatment, which means this young man, this fun ambassador, there's nothing that he or his family can do. Imagine that. I mean, I know some of us have had to deal with losing people that we love. You all know the very public incident that happened with my mother, my best friend, and the subsequent battle with grief that I went through for a year and a half. I still battle it every day. Some days are just better than others. Well, I mean, they meant well, Laura. They weren't trying to be sassy. They were making the comment, "Wow, he doesn't even look sick." And she was heartbroken that this young man, this 15-year-old kid, has a cancer that there is no treatment for. Mom is out there trying to raise money, raise awareness, and she's not even She's not even raising money to take care of her family. Oh, and by the way, do you want to know what the kicker is? Dad is a U.S. Marine veteran. He's a disabled vet. And now dad is dealing with how to be a dad to his child and still try to maintain some semblance of normalcy. Imagine that. Imagine going and fighting for your country and going overseas and, going downrange, coming home, you know, being classified as a disabled American vet, disabled U.S. veteran, and then finding out that your oldest at 14, because he was 14 when he was diagnosed earlier this year, has a cancer that there is no treatment for. Do I need to say that again? This is a cancer that has no treatment. None. Breast cancer, treatment. Some of y'all have gone through it. Lung cancer, treatment. Cirrhosis of the liver, there's treatment. No cure, but there's a treatment. There is no cure nor treatment for clear cell sarcoma, which is what this little boy has. So, I think mom and dad were, I was talking to mom, and before I left their house, I was like, hey, when you get on this ship, you're going to be kind of like a celebrity. I got to kind of warn you. People are going to know who you are. I said, don't go hide out in the arcade. Make sure you get out. And by the way, mom already has the first 2 days planned. Like, she literally is like, the first 2 days are mine, 3 and 4 are yours. So she's got, because they have events on the ship scheduled for people who want to meet Drake, who want to say hello to Drake, and that kind of thing. Kind of like when Mr. Duckman has his events. Which, by the way, big ups to Mr. Duckman. I actually called Mr. Duckman while I was at their house yesterday, and Mr. Duckman is actually going on the Jubilee September 21st. And he is actually going to take time out of his meet and greet at Buc-ee's and meet with this family, because they live close to Buc-ee's here in Texas City, to meet with Drake and his family. And he's got some special things that he's swagged that he's going to give to Drake and his family. So he is actually going to be taking time out of his schedule to meet with the family. He took time out of his schedule to answer my call yesterday, and we're good friends, me and Duckman. And he talked to the family for a while and talked to Drake. And, I already gave mom Mr. Duckman's phone number. Yes, I got people's phone numbers. No, you cannot have them. just know that there are people out here, because it humbles me when people say things like, what was it, like Doug said earlier, or was it Tommy? I can't remember who it was. Yeah, it was Doug. I appreciate those kind words, Doug. But I'm not the only one out here. There's a lot of people out here, like Mr. Duckman. Some people, don't dig the cruising ducks, but that's whatever. He is out there spreading joy and happiness. And things like this, like, me talking to you guys, trying to raise awareness for, the clear cell sarcoma, trying to, ask if you want to do something nice for him or his family. I'm going to figure out a way for y'all to do that. I do that because I want to spread joy and happiness. I want this cruise for this family, not just Drake, but for him and his family to be one of the most memorable things in their lives. They've been dealing with this, and so far for this year, they're under a lot of stress. I mean, looking into mom's face, you could tell that while she is still trying to, be mom and maintain that. No, I'm not the man. I'm not. Um, maintain that whole, mom is strong, mom's got everything under control. I could see in her face, she's tired. She's tired. Um, and then I can't even imagine being a parent and having to deal with your child being diagnosed with an illness that has no treatment. I mean, I don't know if I'd be able to be as strong as Danielle was when I met with them yesterday. She's young. You know, I believe her and her husband are both younger than my kids. Well, my oldest anyway. And man, it tore at my heart. You know what I mean? This family, and I know that there's 100. Look, don't come on my page talking about, oh well, there's this family and that family and this family. I get it, and I wish I could absolutely help every single person in the world that needed help, but I can't. And that's why I'm building this platform. That's why I'm building this movement of nogrumpyfaces.com. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing, because the more people that follow me, the more people that join this movement, then that is more people that can spread out their tentacles. And now it's not just one person, it's thousands of people out there trying to spread joy and happiness. I had somebody message me, and they said that they were wearing their lanyard, and a lady came up and was like, "Hey, where did you get that lanyard?" And she was like, "Oh, I got it," told the story about, Mr. Smiley Face and the website. And then this lady went on to tell her fun ambassador, movement promoter, about what her and her family have been going through. And they've been having a rough time. And she told this lady that when she saw her lanyard, she was having a bad day. But when she saw the lanyard, she realized that there's always something to smile about. Always. And when I was told that story, just like now, it makes me emotional, because I'm not in this to, for money. There are a lot of social media influencers out there that they create content, and it's nonsensical content. It's a freaking gerbil running around in a circle chasing its own tail, and it gets 23 million viewers. And that pays that person on that one video, thousands of dollars. I don't do this for money. I do this for the look on people's faces. I do this to change somebody's day. That's why I do this. Every now and again in the terminal, there are people that for some reason, they're juggernauts. They are not affected by the energy, either from me or my coworkers or other guests. They are in a bad mood the whole time. Um, you know, and that discourages me a little bit, because I want to be able to touch and affect everybody. But that's where you guys come in. That story is probably one of probably many that I don't even know about. When you wear a simple thing such as wearing your lanyard when you're not on a cruise, just out and about, that could change somebody's life. That could change your day at least. And that's why I do this. I do this so that way I can get the stories like Drake's story. I do this so that when people come into the cruise terminal and it's their first cruise and they're super nervous or they're super scared, I make them laugh and I joke around with them and I make them smile and they forget that they're nervous. Or somebody's coming on a cruise. I've had this happen before. Somebody's coming on a cruise because one of their loved ones is sick and they're coming on a cruise kind of like a bucket list item. You know, and you can tell because they're emotional, and being able to make them smile for just even a brief moment, or, you know, having a guest tell you, thank you for being so nice and giving me a hug. That is worth more than gold. And if you've never had that happen, then you don't exactly know. But being part of this movement, eventually that will happen to you. And then you will understand exactly how much that change that you affected is worth. It's worth way more than gold. It's worth, I don't know, I can't even tell you. It is so unbelievably amazing to be able to change somebody's day, somebody's week, somebody's month, somebody's life, because you're out here spreading joy and happiness. And just a simple thing like wearing a smiley face pin or wearing a lanyard that reminds people not to have grumpy faces because there's always something to smile about. This little boy right here, is a warrior. Drake is a warrior. And when he gets on the Jubilee Saturday, I'm going to do all I can to make sure that his and his family's cruise is amazing. And for those of you that didn't catch it earlier, yes, I have been in contact with Kendall. Kendall knows Drake's going on board. I've been in touch with the guest services manager. I've been in touch with all of the management at the terminal. I still have to contact Nick J and let him know that Drake is coming on. Because Nick J, if you've never boarded the Jubilee and met Nick J in the terminal, y'all think I got energy. This young man, Nick J, woo, I guarantee you he's going to be a cruise director one day. Guarantee it. He is just an effervescent personality in Terminal 25 for the Jubilee. And I'm more than proud to call that young man my friend. And I am just super, super pleased that he is in Terminal 25, spreading joy and happiness over there for the Jubilee, like I do over in Terminal 28 for the Dream and the Breeze. So if you see this guy, like I said, I will get in touch with his mother. Heather, anytime you guys go and you board the Jubilee, all you got to do, once you've checked in, once they've already stamped your paperwork, ask them, hey, where's Nick J? And he's usually behind the counter in Terminal 25. So when you walk, once you go through and you're walking through the agents after you've checked in, there's a counter to your right-hand side when you board the Jubilee, when you get in the terminal, when you're cruising on the Jubilee, and there's a long white counter. And if you ask an agent, say, hey, where's Nick J? They'll point him out. Go say hi to Nick J. Make sure you follow him on Facebook. It's Travel with Nick J. Can I get his page? And, oh, hey, look, there's Alex Roberson. There's another young man right there who is spreading joy and happiness. Right there, Mr. Alex Roberson. If you're not following his page, you need to follow. Man, he does some amazing, amazing drone work in and around the port. And, yeah, y'all go follow Alex. He's there, right? He logged in right there. I don't know if he commented. Say hello, Alex. So everybody can go follow your page. Let's see. Travel. Oh, I can't even type today. I'm so emotional still. thinking about this little boy and his family. Oh, there it is. It still wants me to go in and like tag all my friends. I'm not going to do that because you should be able to share a link. There it is. Oh, right here. We'll just do this. If you get a chance, please go follow Nick J. Tell him Mr. Smiley Face sent you. If you get a chance, go follow Mr. Alex Roberson. He's there in the comments. I noticed that some of y'all have been sending stars. Thank you. I appreciate your support. You know I do. All of those stars go right back into the movement. Just so y'all know, they go right back into the movement of no grumpy faces and spreading joy and happiness. I literally just, because of you guys over the last year and a half, we have almost bought out all the smiley faces available on Amazon. Not even kidding. I just ordered another bulk of smiley faces. So all of the stars that y'all send, that goes to help fund those kind of things. Because I got a job, you know. Maybe one day all of this will pay my bills, but until then, we'll just use the money to keep funding the movement. Because, you know, I'm not a millionaire yet. So, but yeah, follow Nick J. Did I share that link? Did it share? I don't even know where I'm at. Why am I not at the bottom of the comments? Oh, there it is. I don't even know if you can click on that link. I wonder what happens if I click show. Oh, there it is. Nope. Make sure you go and follow Nick J. If you get a chance, follow Alex Roberson as well. He does amazing things with drones in and around the cruise port. And if you're not familiar with Alex Roberson, for a good part of the summer, he actually had a cruise discount for parking. Cruise parking discount. So you can follow him. He's actually got an actual page. I think it's called Alex the Cruise Guy. My memory serves me well. Or Alex the Cruiser. Is that what it is? I don't know. Alex hasn't checked into the video. Is that his page? Well, Alex, if you're still on, please share links to your socials so that way people can follow you. Like I said, Alex is another guy that's out here doing wonderful things, spreading joy and happiness. I'm still a little choked up about, you know, the story with the lanyard changing somebody's day. It's not that hard, people. It's not that hard. So to cover everything that we've gone over tonight, if you're in a foreign country or if you're traveling to another country outside of the United States, remember first and foremost, you're not in the United States. The liberties and protections and rights that you enjoy or take for granted here in the United States, you do not have in another country. You don't. Always make sure that you are traveling in a group. When you are outside the country, make sure you are not allowing your entire group to get intoxicated, because if everybody's intoxicated, then nobody's watching out for each other. Always make sure that at least one person has all of their mental faculties. Be aware of your surroundings. Make sure you're using credible excursions, taxis, shuttles, buses. If you start to get that feeling, do something immediately. You know, if you start to feel uncomfortable, you start to feel nervous or whatever, make sure that you get somewhere safe. Okay. Because usually your body will tell you before you actually realize it that you are in a situation you probably shouldn't be in. Hey, Wendy got on the breeze today, and I got to see Wendy today. Hello, Wendy. Look at that. Watching the videos from the breeze. That's what I'm talking about. So just be careful when you go to another country, okay? I don't want to hear about any of you guys, having a bad situation happen to you. If you guys have not already done so, go to the website, nogrumpyfaces.com. You can order lanyards, bracelets, t-shirts, coffee mugs. Still working on the windbreakers. They're not coming out quite like I want them to yet. So I'm working with the vendor right now on those. But there's a ton of items you can order. If nothing else, go order a lanyard. And I think here in the next week or two, I'm going to figure something out with the lanyards and see if we can get some money over to the Clear Cell Sarcoma Foundation. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate your support. Don't forget to share the YouTube channel. Make sure that we're getting subscribers. We still need like 300 people to get to 1,000. Once we get to 1,000, we can monetize YouTube and we can start, bringing more money into the movement. We can start doing more things because right now everything gets funded out of my pocket or your generous donations of stars or ordering products. So till we get super big, we just got to keep grinding, right? Because the whole point of all of this is to keep spreading joy and happiness and making sure that there's no grumpy faces anywhere. You guys are all fun ambassadors, and I'm going to figure out a way for you guys to do something nice for Drake. And for those of you that want to do it, I will post it in the comments of this live later on when I get in touch with his mom. Bye. So you've been listening to Cruise Directors too much, Laura. All right, so thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Remember, hashtag no grumpy faces, hashtag share the love, spread joy and happiness everywhere you go. Do something nice for somebody that you don't even know. And just keep following. Help me spread the movement out so that we can keep this movement growing. And hopefully in the next week or two, I've got some news for you guys. I don't know if it's going to be big news, little news, but hopefully it'll be some news, okay? Keep your fingers crossed, your candles lit, your prayers coming up. I still haven't heard anything about the second interview for Fun Squad. Hopefully that'll happen. And if not, then that means I was meant to do this and keep spreading joy and happiness with this project. So I love you guys. Thanks for being here. Remember, stay safe, stay aware. And I'll see you in the terminal or on the cruise ship. Y'all have a wonderful evening, and I love you all. Bye.